Hello everyone, welcome back to the Doers for Academy YouTube channel. So we are here with another class. So let's start today's class. So we will solve today passage number 1, and the passage is: once there was a king who had one eye and one leg. So there was a king and he had a one eye and one leg. He asked all the painters to draw a beautiful portrait of him, and the king asked all the painters to draw a beautiful portrait of the king. But none of them was ready, because how could they show the king with defects in the painting? But none of the painters was ready, because how could they show king with defects in their painting? They would get punished if they did so, and there was a fear in painters, because they knew that if they draw king with his defects in the picture, they will get punished. They will get punished by the king. So the painters are not ready. One painter, however, agreed. So there was one painter who agreed to draw the picture of the king. He drew a classic picture of the king. It was unique. So the painter draw a classic picture of that king, and it was unique from others. He painted the king aiming for a hunting target. He painted the king aiming for a hunt, targeting with one eye closed and one leg bent. So the painter painted the king aiming for a hunt, targeting with one eye closed, because he has only one eye. So he used his brain, and he draw a one eye closed and one leg bent. So it was not so the painting was not showing the defects of the king. So next line: he painted the king's portrait beautifully and surprised everyone. So the painter painted the king's portrait very beautifully and surprised everyone. He painted the defect, but not as a defect. Defect means a fault or fall. Like the king has only one eye and one leg, so it has a fault for him, or fall for him, because flaw for him, because he doesn't have another eye and another leg. So the painter painted the defect, but not as a defect. So the passage is done. Now we will solve the questions. So first question is: what did the king ask all the painters? So what did the king ask all the painters? Options are: to draw hunting, to draw a portrait of ceremony, to attempt injury for hunting, to draw a portrait of him. So the answer is D, to draw a portrait of him. Next, synonym of agreed is. So the question is: what is the synonym of agreed? Options are: respected, suspected, admitted, yeah, or acted. So agreed means option number C, admitted. Next question: could the painters make king's portrait? Could the painters make king's portrait? Options are: yes, no, not mentioned in the passage, maybe. So the painters didn't make king's portrait, but there is only one painter who made a painting. So the answer will be yes, option number A. Okay. Next, the opposite to defect is. So the opposite word of defect is, options are: damage, art, it was not possible, perfection. So the correct answer is option number D, perfection. Last question: a suitable title for the passage will be. Options are: a king's painting, punishment, a beautiful portrait, a disappointed king. So the correct answer is option number C, a beautiful portrait. So all the questions are done. Now we will see what other question can ask from the passage. So the first question is, who is the main character in the passage? So who is the main character in the passage? So the king is the main character of this passage. Next, what he asked all the painters to do. So he asked all the painters to draw a beautiful portrait of him. Next, what physical disabilities did the king have? So what physical disabilities did the king have? So the king who had one eye and one leg. So the king has only one eye and one leg. So these are the disabilities of king. Next, why were the painters afraid to paint the king? So why were the painters were afraid to paint the king? But none of them was ready, because how could they show the king with defects in the painting? They would get punished if they did. That's why they are not ready to paint king's portrait. Did any painter agree to paint the king? Next question. Did any painter agree to paint the king? So the answer is yes. One painter, however, agreed. He drew a classic picture of the king, and it was unique. Next question. What did the painter painted? So the painter painted the king aiming for a hunt, targeting with one eye closed and one leg bent. So when the painter painted king's portrait, how the other people reacted? So the answer is, he painted the king's portrait beautifully and surprised everyone. So everyone was surprised after watching the portrait. So all the questions are done. Now we will see some synonym and antonyms of words. So the first word is defect. Defect. And the synonym of defect is flaw and fault. So these are the synonym of defect. Now the antonym of defect is perfection and strength. So these are the antonym of defect. Now the next word, इसको सेव करो. Next word is punished, and the synonym of punished is penalized and fined. Next, antonym of punished is forgiven and rewarded. Next word is agreed. Agreed. And the synonym of agreed is accepted and consented. So these are the synonym of agreed. Now the antonym of agreed is denied and reject. So these are the antonym of agreed. Write it down in your copies. And next word is unique. Unique. And the synonym of unique is special and one of a kind. These are the synonym of unique. Now the antonym of unique is common and ordinary. Ordinary. Next is surprised. And the synonym of surprised is amazed and shocked. So these are the synonym of surprised. Now the antonym of surprised is prepared and expected. So these are the antonym of surprised. So this is it for today's class. So I hope you like this class. If you like our class, then do like, share, subscribe to the Doers World Academy YouTube channel. And if you want to join us and want to purchase Doers World Academy's online courses, then do contact us in the given number. Till then, stay safe, stay happy. We will meet you in the next class. Thank you.